Tonoit is through giving us the power to take charge of our resources, grow it from the little it is into abundance while in our custody.
It's a wonderful platform. Like, it's a classic experience.
Awesome.
And it's one of the best investment I've done so far.
Oh,
risk-free, because the money, I control my money. I can move it to my account whenever I like.
Yeah. Oh.
And I can take the profit
whenever I like.
20 Bitcoin has traveled from 2010 to 2021, and we've seen the ups and the high, and I can tell you it still remains bullish in the last 12 years. So tonight we want to tell you that Bitcoin is not just about taking your money from your country. As we know that it has to do with digital, it's also about taking your country out of your money. Quite a number of people are like, this is a business that you get into that in any part of the world, you can take out your money. So you are not limited by any space. And that is why this space is very, very massive. Very, very massive. And in the last few years, we have seen how inflation had gone, when you compare the fiat currency and what the digital currency has done. As at 1988 with fiat currency can buy so much. Get down to 2025, as you're looking at it, you see that fiat currency will almost not buy anything for you as it's going. But look at Bitcoin. In 2011, it could only buy a few things. But going down till where we are right now with Bitcoin, you can do so much. As many of us on this space knows that today, the strength of cryptocurrency has become so powerful that it can use it to buy almost anything you can think about. The other day I was just looking at a particular token that they have booking for 1.5 million hotels all over the world, and you can use that token to also buy air tickets from about 400 airlines. And that is how powerful cryptocurrency has come to stay with us. Okay, now we are beginning to experience explosion. Why? We are beginning to have what we call institutional adoption. A lot of institutions are coming into this space right now. And that is why there's a lot of attention from different countries, from different parts of the world. We saw what happened in El Salvador, adopting cryptocurrency as their major currency. And we see companies like Grayscale, MicroStrategy, coming into this space. Even China as a country, also having, a huge asset base in crypto, Bitcoin especially. So it's important we know that it's no longer the usual game, it's becoming an institutional game. And that's why this is the best time to dive into this space right now. A lot of things are happening because institutions are taking position. But the interesting thing, before the institution come in, that some of us are already in the system. So if you're here tonight, you have not jumped in, please, you need to jump in before all these institutions come into the markets. Okay. Now, what we are seeing is the BlackRock, that happens to be the largest asset manager in the world. They sit on 7.81 trillion, under their management. Some few months ago, filed to SEC in the US to bring part of their funds into cryptocurrency. Now, what does that tell you? These people are not those who come into this space with $1,000. These guys coming with billions of dollars. And that's why you see the market is on the surge. Okay. Looking at the different industries that have adopted this blockchain and cryptocurrency all over the world. This is JP Morgan. JP Morgan is one of the 8 destined for the ecosystem and also for bank transactions. We also have Visa. We know Visa is popular with their card. Visa have also adopted cryptocurrency as part of their business, signing up merchants. As at the time this slide was done, they've signed up about 70 million merchants in different locations. That is massive. That's Visa card. And quickly we'll look at what the experts are saying. It's important to know what are the experts saying about this space? What are they saying? The first person we'll take a look at is the strong man of China. This is Alibaba. And this is very powerful statement he made. He said, blockchain will fundamentally change financial systems in the next 10 to 15 years. Please, can we mute? Please, can that person go on mute? Can we please mute? I'll just mute them. Okay. The blockchain will fundamentally change financial system in the next 10 to 15 years. A blockchain technology will be applied in many areas because it is about, now look at what he said. Blockchain is about trust, it's about credit, it's about security and security of data and privacy of data. And that is why the space will continue to be massive. There are many experts that are saying so many things around this, but we just take that tonight. Now, some people are here tonight, they're like, is it real? You know, from where I was coming from this evening, I met a banker and we got talking. And he said, is this current cryptocurrency thing real? I said, yes. And she said something, I'm like almost the only person that is not into this. He said, all my colleagues are here. And I'm like, oh, I understand what is happening to her. And that's what happened so many years ago when internet came. People were still doubting, you know. 21 years ago, this publication came out, and precisely Tuesday 5th, year 2000, and they were saying this about internet. This might just be a passing fad. Well, if you're invited here tonight and you're like, is it real? I want to tell you that it's real as our name. It's so real, like your name is. We can't overemphasize the adoptions that are going on around the world by institutions and countries. That tells you how real this space is. So people said this about internet, but today, nobody, 21 years after, nobody can ever say internet is a passing fad. Imagine a world without internet. And today we say there's a two continents, and one is internet, those who live online and those who live offline. And it's also said that those who live online are more than those who live offline. So you can understand what has happened in this space in the last 21 years. Now, my big question to you tonight is, what is your opinion about crypto and blockchain? Is something you need to go and solve. Okay. Tonight, I show you a powerful system, a powerful platform, and a model that can actually change, your financial fortune in this space called cryptocurrency, and that is the platform of tonoit. And we say tonoit is everything, and everything is tonoit. So now, what is tonoit? Tonoit is not it's not an investment company. What we mean is, it's not a place that people collect your money to invest for you. Whatever investment you're going to make it in your own control, in your own exchange or wallet where you control things by yourself. Now, there are no periodic returns, so we don't collect money from you and say, oh, every month or every week we pay you money. No, you decide your periodic returns by yourself by using the all the signal that have been provided in an ecosystem to determine how much you can make. No prior experience. It means that you can come not knowing anything, but once you come to know it, you engage into academy, then you learn. So it's not also a get rich quick scheme, even though people get rich, but we don't promise a get rich quick scheme. But I can assure you, people also get rich quick in this space. Okay, you don't need to quit your job. It simply means you can do it at part-time from wherever you are. Okay, now that's very important. Now I show you some data right now that very, very intriguing data, and this data is from this website you are seeing here, CoinGecko. It's in the public domain, so it's not something hidden. It's updated this 23rd September rather, 2021, and as at then we already have 9,375 coins. I don't like calling them coins, I like calling them projects, because all these things are projects that have been tokenized, and that's what we call them coins, but it's actually projects. And we have we have about 495 exchanges. Remember, cryptocurrency stays in exchanges, in wallets, and that's why we have their number increasing. But you need to understand that because of these numbers, you can't by yourself know the best of the exchanges to use. You can't also by yourself most time know the project you need to get into. And that is why to know it play a critical role in this space right now. Serving as a bridge between you and the market. And whatever information they bring to you is what you are going to pay for, basically. And to know it does this for us. They do all the analysis that we need to know the project to buy. Not only fundamental analysis, they also do the technical analysis, looking at what we call the price sentiment and the psychology, knowing where the price is going, and they can tell, oh, this is time to buy. Fundamental, they look at, oh, what is this project is for? What is it for? Who are the guys behind it? And what are the potentials? Not only that, they also do community analysis. Community analysis about, oh, what is the number of the community? Because any project that does not have good sizable community will not fly. Remember, it's about people, it's about community, it's about people adopting and using the tokens that the company or the blockchain is selling. So the more the community gets bigger, then the adoption and the price of that particular token goes up. Not only that, we also have what we call portfolio. Now, when all these analyses are done, then it can be told, okay, buy this project, buy into this. And that is why you are here tonight to see which of the portfolio you need to buy by getting into to know it. You are going to learn all of that tonight. So we also have life skill. Life skill is where you learn how to do the trading yourself. Now, all these are packaged into the academy of this system. So by the time you get the life skill, you can now by yourself do the fundamental, technical, community, and know the portfolio to buy. Then we have also mentorship where you come to ask your questions. We have Zoom meetings, we have online and on-site meetings where you can ask questions, and we have trainings. Okay. What they're seeing there is the market cap of the crypto space to about $2 trillion. That is heavy, and does about 143 billion in transaction within 24 hours. That is massive. Remember, all this passes through all the exchanges and wallets, and that makes it very, very big. It's not fiat. Okay. Now, the big question is, what do I make out of this whole information? Now, the first thing you need to do is to subscribe to know it. You need to subscribe to get the information, to get the guidance and the knowledge, to know what project do I get into. So if you're asking this question, oh, if I subscribe to know it, how much do I need to change my life? First, like I said, you need to subscribe, pay for subscription. Then you now begin your journey with, I can tell you, very ridiculous, with as low as $100, which is probably about 57,000 naira now. As of when this was on, dollar was about 500 to 1, but about 57,000 naira, and you can actually start your journey of becoming wealthy in this space. But remember, the first thing you need to do is to subscribe to know it. That is where you get the information. That is where you get the professional guidance, because they do all the analysis for you. So whatever the cost of those packages are, you are going to see them as we go down into this presentation. But just note that once you subscribe with as low as 50,000, 50-something thousand, you can start your journey in this space. Okay. Now, all I need to tell you, you are just a trade call away to from the life you desire. Just one trade calls, and we're going to show you some example of what has happened. Some few trade calls have happened in this space in to know it, and how it has changed people's life. What is trade call? Trade call is actually giving you an information of a particular project to buy into and keep it for a period of time, and what it will turn to. Okay, what I've seen here is one of the projects that was called in this platform last year. This is Theta Network. Theta, as at when it was called, Theta was as low as, you can see the date down here, as that March 3rd, is about 4 cents. But just 1 year later, March 24, you can see Theta moved to $14.87. So let's look at the breakdown. If you were around when this call was made and you invested Remember, our focus is $100. If you invested $100, which is about, will give you about 2,500 units, about 36,000 naira then, based on the exchange. Now, what will that be as at when it hit $14.87? Your $100, which is 36,000, would have worth 18 million. That is massive within a space of 12 months. That is what $100 can be. You can now see why we say can actually start your journey with as low as $100 once you have subscribed to Tonoit. Please take note. If you have not subscribed, you won't get the information to know what to do. So that is the first thing you need to resolve. That I've subscribed, then it can become you can now get into the trade course and know what asset to buy and when to buy it and when to sell them. Okay. A 180,000 naira would have been 92 million if you're around, and 360,000 would have worth 185 million naira. Trust me, I don't know any business would have invested such money into I would have given you that. And we're just starting. Okay, we have another one called T-Fuel. If you look at the same date, March 13, T-Fuel had three zeros. And June 9th this year, that's just 1 year plus. This same token that was 3 zeros became 68 cents to 1. 68 cents to 1. Let's look at the breakdown. If you are around when it was called, remember, you are not doing anything extra. All you need to do, subscribe, get to know the call, that to know it is given, then you buy it and live and wait. And that's all you need to do. Now, your $100, which was 36,000, I would have bought 110,000 units. And these are all the other you bought. Remember, our focus is as low as $100. What can you do? Now, let's see what 36,000 would have become if you were around when it was called. As of June 9th, this token hit 68 cents. That's 1 year, 3 months. And your $100, which is 36,000, would have become 37 million. 37 million. This is within a space of 1 year, 3 months. There's no anything extra you need to do. All you need to do, subscribe to Tonoit, get your minimum amount you can use to buy this token as they called, and once they call, buy it and leave it. You can continue with any other thing you are doing. But I can tell you, when you come back, this is what this thing will look like. Okay, then your 180,000 would have become 187 million, 360,000 would have become 374 million. Then look at a few others. This is BNB. Anyone that is going to come into Tonoit will eventually interact with BNB because you're going to use their platform called Binance. Now, as of October 19, BNB was just 3 cents. 3 cents. That was the price. 3 cents. Now, if you're around when this call was made by a community, $100, which was 36,000, I would have bought you 3,333 units, and so on and so forth. Let's see what this would have become for you. May 3rd this year. That is 3 years, 7 months after. This same thing that was 3 cents in 2017 hit $677 all-time high. Remember, you're not doing anything extra. This thing grows by itself in the system. All you need to know is when to sell when it goes up. Now, your $100, which is 30,000, would have become $2.2 million. That's incredible. That's about 1,129 million naira. Incredible. Just 36,000 naira 3 years ago. I know everybody on this call tonight, you had more than 36,000 3 years ago. But the question is, you don't know it. And that's why you need to know it. And that's why you're here tonight. That's why you're here tonight. So that, like I usually say, you are forgiven for not knowing before year 2021. But from year 2021 going forward, you won't be forgiven. Even posterity will not forgive you. Having heard this information tonight, you need to do something about it, because for the fact you are here tonight, your fortune is about to change, and that's why you're here tonight. Imagine 180,000 would have become 5 billion, and 360,000 would have become 11,290 million naira. Incredible. There's no business anywhere in the world that can give you this in that space of time. Then we have Hex. Hex was also called in our community last year. Look at Hex, had 4 zeros. 4 zeros. 4. You can see the price here. 40 as of December 2019, 2 years ago. Now look at September 19, 2021. Hex had hit 51 cents all-time high. So let's look at the breakdown. 36,000 naira then would have bought you 6 million units. That's crazy. 6 million units. 36,000 naira as of 2019 would have bought you 6,891 units. Let's see what that became. As of September 19 this year, that is 1 year, 9 months. What did Hess become? Your 36,000 naira would have become 2 billion naira. 2 billion naira. That's $3,519,000. That is incredible. Your 36,000 naira. Please, if you are hearing me tonight, honestly, I need you to pay attention, because this is the biggest, what I call the most powerful wealth transfer that is happening in our time right now. So you are really in the right place. And the interesting thing we're doing to know it, we are not giving anybody your money. The only money you're packing is the money to subscribe to get information. Every other thing you do it yourself. You monitor your money by yourself. Nobody's taking your money from you. So $500 would have done 10 billion. See, this is incredible. $1,000 would have done 20 billion naira. Oh my God, this is getting interesting. Okay, remember again, it's all about fundamental, technical, community analysis, portfolio, life skill, and mentorship. This is what we are paying for. Let me tell you, if you know about this 3 years ago, some of you will never be on this call. Your name would have probably appeared on magazine as one of the billionaires. But for the fact you don't have it and you're here tonight, the opportunity is here for you. Okay, the question is, what do I subscribe to? How do I get the information? What do I need to do? I know someone is asking that question right now. Now, I'll quickly answer that question. And to know it will offer, services, products that will help you actually, enter into this fortune that we are talking about. Now, we have 5 products right now. More are still coming. So we have Pro Arcade, we have Moon Arcade, we have To Be It, and we have Master Trade, and we have Trade House that is on its way coming. So we're going to look into these things in detail, but take note. When I said all you need to do is subscribe, these are what we are subscribing for. So we have put them in packages. So as I talk about the package, you know the package you need to get into so that you can get cracking with us right away. Okay, the first one is Pro Arcade. Pro Arcade gives you opportunity to know about top 40 projects, and their reports that can change your fortune. Now, the interesting thing is, even if you have not joined us, you are joining for the first time, you are going to have access to the reports of last few months, probably last 1 year, and you'll be able to know how far we have come. That you can look at the report and say, oh, this company have really done so well by looking at the report. So you're going to be part of periodic webinar like this with the mentors, with the trainers that will show you this thing. We're going to have live webinar, then blog posts, as in you check the blog, you're going to get information up to date, on time information. So structured coin analysis, you're going to have some coins well structured, and the analysis, you can look at them. Then emerging coins that are emerging. Now remember, I said it's projects, new projects that are emerging, and so many things are emerging right now. You're also going to have access to academy that will show you how to, where you're going to learn how to buy, how to understand all these things, and how to buy and leave them in your portfolio and know when to sell. So you have access to all this. So this is what Pro Arcade brings to you. Remember, top 40 coins and the market report. Now, somebody's asking, what is the price? How much do I need to subscribe? Now, first thing you need to know is, what is the financial value placed on what on Pro Arcade? Now, the top 40 coins full report alone is worth $1,000. The sneak report is worth about $1,429. Periodic webinar, you can see prices of each of these, the value of what it's worth. Now, if you put all of them together, it's about $11,750. You also agree with me that if you invest $11,750 to get an information that will make your $100 to become $2 million in the next 2 years, I think you agree with me that it's worth it. That $11,750 can give you access to information that will make your $100 or 57,000 naira this year to become $2 million, 1 billion in the next 2 years. You agree with me that it's worth it. But let me give you a breaking news tonight. The breaking news is, okay, the breaking news is that you don't need, you don't need $11,750. What do you really need? I can tell you, you don't need $5,000. You don't even need $2,000 to subscribe to this. I can assure you that with as low as 1,250, you can have this package to yourself. So if you take away 1,250 from 11,750, you know what have been cut off for you. So with 1,250, you can get this package. With 1,250, you can get this package right away. So I need you to know that that is highly subsidized. So take your spot now. Then this 1,250 is actually broken down into two. Now the 250 on it, if you're first time I want to come in, the 250 is what we call your one-time enrollment fee. Then it gives you access to 2 months subscription. However, for you to have the full 12 months, you need $1,000. That's why both of them becomes 1,250 to get the full package of Pro Arcade. Then for 6 months, you can have it for $550. Then this $550 is actually a combination of the enrollment fee and 3 months subscription, which is $300, making $550. But to have it for 1 year, you need $1,250. Okay, that's for Pro Arcade. We now move to the next one called Moon Arcade. Please, Moon Arcade is a bomb. What does Moon Arcade do? Moon Arcade show us emerging opportunities in the space. Now, the difference between Moon Arcade and Pro Arcade is Moon Arcade bring you into what we call the ground floor. Ground floor is when these projects are cooking, you have information ahead. It's just like someone, you are told, oh, they're going to build a massive refinery in a particular community that you know, and you have that information ahead, and you go there and buy land and leave. And people around there don't even know what is going on. Now, when the project starts, of course, the land just skyrockets. So that is entering at ground floor. But you also agree with me, some people will come to buy the land when the projects have started. Now, they'll still get good bargain, but it won't be like someone who entered at ground floor. So ground floor is the secret of Moon Arcade. That you have information about an incubating project is brought to your notice 2 weeks ahead, 3 weeks ahead, a month ahead, and the money to buy into that project, you keep it because you are prepared. You already know this project is coming. So you get what we call secret buying opportunities. Then we have academy where you learn how to use this product. Then we have live webinars like this where you get training from top-notch leaders, from even sometimes from the project owners. They are invited to come and talk about the project. We had few of them in the last few weeks, and it's been awesome. So opportunity for new calls. Then you are going to have blog posts, updates on previous calls, project ticker, name, where and how to buy on the closed Telegram group. Now, remember, I differentiated the two. What Moon Arcade gives you is the opportunity to buy at the ground floor. Opportunity to buy at ground floor. While Pro Arcade gives you about 40 coins that are structured. Now, most of those coins are already in the markets, but these ones are on the ground floor. Now, you're asking, how much is Moon Arcade? I'm going to tell you the amount briefly. But let me talk about Trade House. Trade House is where you're going to learn. For some of us who want to be what we call Skypass day traders, now Trade House is where you will explore all of that. It's coming soon, and we are going to have it so you know how to look at the chart, really understand, consume it, and crush it. Now, quite a number of us who are interested in trading on the daily trade house is the place to go. We're going to have it soon come up on our platform. But currently, our Pro Arcade and Moon Arcade is up for grab right now, and our master trade. We also have To Be It. To Be It is where you have quite a number of people get into this business. They don't even understand how it works. Referral business, a lot of people don't understand how it works. Some people need some personal coaching, to understand how to, manage people, how to build relationship, because it's all about relationship business. Because we have the referral parts of this business, which we call IBO, independent business builders or owners. Okay, To Be It gives you that opportunity to understand yourself as an entrepreneur and how to relate, how to communicate, how to, connect with people with your product, how to sell value first before anything. So To Be It is that product to go for personal development, and it's $1,000. The price for Moon Arcade is actually $1,000. You can see it now. This $1,000 is actually for there's a promo around it right now, but once the promo is over, Pro Arcade price is actually going to go higher than what it is now. But with $1,000, if you're a newcomer with $1,250 or with your $250 registration fee, you can have this. I can tell you in the last few weeks, what Moon Arcade has dropped has, some have done 10x, 20x, 5x, and it's so powerful. So get into Moon Arcade now before the opportunity to buy the 1,000 package is over. Okay, before I go tonight, I want to leave you with this, because I'm going to bring someone else to take on the second part. So we call this one Incontestable Conclusion. And take notes. Now, see what is possible with knowledge and professional guidance in tonoit. It's therefore impossible to subscribe and follow the system without an exit from lack into financial freedom in the shortest possible time. You will agree with me with what I've shown you tonight. Looking at the numbers, and these numbers are not lying. You can go and check it online. It's there. It's a public knowledge. You will agree with me that it is impossible to follow tonoit and not exceed lack finally. And we say this with or without you, because me, I'm already part of it. This space moves on. And I tell you this, last year we were in COVID and everybody, COVID, but I can tell you, within that last year, we see what Hex did. We saw what BNB did, all these other coins, T4 did. I can tell you there are hot ones right now that are being called in our community that I can tell you the next 1 year will blow people's minds. So I don't want you to hesitate tonight. Once this training is over tonight, please get back to the person who invited you to say, how do I jump in right away? Thank you. Now, there's a second part of this presentation, and I'm going to bring one of our barrister, who is Barrister Linus Mbala. So now we have a lot of professionals in this platform, and it shows you how robust this system is. Who is going to take us tonight on IBO? Some people are coming, oh, how do I get money to join into the to join this? I can tell you the company have also created something because they have you in mind. They know people, some people might not have money to come in. So they have also created a system where you can leverage and make money and buy your package and build your business. So tonight, I want to make welcome Barrister Linus as it takes over from me to show our people the structure system where they can make money to get into this business for those who does not have. Thank you. Barrister Linus, you're welcome.
Like I should just give it a try. Yes. I said no. So long as I had, lost so much money online, anything online, again, I wasn't going to be interested. Yeah. The fellow was someone that I actually assisted sometime when he was down financially. So he came to my office. Yeah. And my wife was coincidentally around when she came. When he came rather to give me this information. So what I did was, I told my wife, well, what I will do is, you go and test out this, if it's real, and then you bring me a feedback. So, The office in Port Harcourt was where we were directed. Yes, Benvido Tropical Hotel. Yes, at Orazi in Port Harcourt, one of our offices in Port Harcourt. So my wife went and listened to the seminar, and when she was done listening, she came back with a positive report that it is something that is worth trying. I joined her because of what I saw. Precisely on the 18th day of February was when I joined. I got registered with Tonoit, and 2 weeks after, I bought some coin that Marius recommended under the then long-term portfolio. These coins that I bought, one of them, the name is, I bought this coin a little above $20 for one, and I got some quantities for myself. I remembered that I was told that this business is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Yes. However, it is natural for one to just want to make it as soon as possible. Yes. So I asked, this coin that I had bought, when were they going to give me money? Well, I was advised to be patient. I waited 1 week, I waited 2 weeks. My wife told me to give it a little time. Then I gave 1 week. What did I see? I saw that the field that I bought had risen from $22 to $60. That was before I went to bed. The next morning, as I woke up, before I came down from my bed, I said, let me see how my money would have gone down, how much I would have lost if I didn't sell. To my greatest dismay, the price of field rose to $135. This information is verifiable in the coinmarketcap.com. Yes. I gave it another 2 weeks. It rose to $175. Then that time I discovered that the price had risen to $135. It was as if I should begin to discipline myself as a little boy. I was like, if I had waited, do you see the kind of money that I would have made? I wouldn't have only doubled my money, but about tripling my money. But all the same, it just happened that way. I accepted it in good faith. That was not all. In this community, as a person that joined it a few months ago, I'd also seen some other, dramatic changes, confirming the figures that, yes, our presenter exhibited during his presentation. Yes, my only regret is that I wasn't there in this community when all these trade calls were made. However, the few months I've been in this community, I have also experienced little that will enable me to still have my confidence solidified in the services that Tonoit offers.
I know Barrister Linus Mbalaso and Mr. Innocent Daniels. Thank you very much for that electrifying presentation. So straightforward, in the next 5 minutes, I see you, Prosper Egogo, you're raising your hand. Give me 5 minutes, in the next 5 minutes, I'll just show you what it is like to, if you want to enjoy the IBO system that we have. I'd like to reiterate that the IBO system is actually not for people who are saying, okay, I don't have the money, as it were, because I think sometimes people, it affects us the way we think. It's actually for people who want more. So if you come into the system and you decide to say, you know what, I don't want more, I just want to get the signals and the setups and buy my own assets or invest in my own assets, that's fine. But if you say, like Barrister Linus, I want more, I want to talk to my friends, that's wanting more, and then I want to get rewarded for talking to my friends, which is entirely not compulsory. Okay, because all the results that Mr. in system. So this is for those who want more. So if you're one of those who want more, this really would work for you. So quickly, I just go straight to tell you what we have here in stock. People have made like 40K, 30K. I think we had Engineer Barrister Linus's testimony of what he's able to make. The essence of this is to get us out of, for me, I see this as a recovery journey. If you've lost money online, you have done businesses, you've given money to people, and you have not gotten results that you wanted. This is a recovery journey. Okay, so there are 6 ways that we pay, but I really want to talk about just one. I'm really concerned about the team sales bonus. So I took a look at this and I figured out that all we need to do is just 2 things. Number 1 is to get 2 friends. For instance, this is you here, Stallone, and you have Amy and you have Ben, and they come on board. That's your first duty. Get them on board to say, hey folks, are you looking for a way that you can recover your monies online that you lost? I found one way. So they come on board. The next thing you need to do is simply help them to get 2 other persons each. If we all do this, and if you do this, let's say you do the first level in month 1, and month 2, you do the next level. I'm going to show you the result that this can give you. It's crazy the result that this brings. By the time you get these 2 persons here, month 1, right, and then you help these 2 persons to also get their 2-2, and that happens in month 2. You pass the baton over to them, and the next thing is they have to help these ones here to get their own 2-2 because you've passed the baton on to them. And while working with you, they have already done their level 1. They've already done their stage 1. All right, that stage 1 is actually your own stage 2. If you follow this model, simple model, I'll show you what is capable for us, and then we will call it a deal. And that is for only those who want more. If you don't want more, this is not for you. All right, so if that is followed, this is what this can give to you. If we follow that 2 by 2, if you take a look at this here, I want to be very quick on this one. All right, if we follow this here, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, until we get to 12th month. So you're doing this speed, you're maintaining this speed for 12 months non-stop. All right, if this happens, remember that you know only the 2 persons that you brought. You most likely do not know the 4 persons that came after these 2. You most likely definitely do not know the 8. You don't know the 16. So all you need to do is teach these 2 persons how to duplicate, and they go down. Just this simple model, which is so simple. If you take a look at what we would have made here, just make it simple and short and sweet. If you put all of this together, we have $460, $60,000. If you put this is like, if you add this to, that's like $600, $600,000. If we put all of this, if we put this one here, that is like 700 plus, and this 750. Let's say this comes down to approximately $800,000 in 1 year for telling people about how they can recover. If you multiply this by 500, of course, we know that a dollar exchange rate now is way over 575 or 580 or whatever. If we say it is 500, by the time you do 12 months from September 2021 to September 2022, this would have become 400 million naira. Now, if you do a rough calculation and divide this 400 million by 12, that simply means that you're going home with approximately an average of 33.3 million naira monthly. The question I want to ask you is that how many jobs will you do in Nigeria that can give you 33.3 million naira monthly in a year's period? Remember, you accumulated it. Now, what if you're unable to do this 100%? If you do 50%, this comes down to 16.5 million. If you do 25%, it comes down to 8.25 million. I mean, even if you do 10%, I think it comes down to 3.3 million, if I'm not mistaken, all right, or thereabout. So even if you're making 3 million naira a month, and this is the beauty of it, whenever you make money, the way our community is designed is that you don't use the money, you don't go eat the money. That's not what we teach, because we teach you wealth creation too. And for wealth creation, you need to understand how businesses and investments work. So when you make $75, what we advise you to do is take $50, go and buy a coin. You make $225, take like $150 and go and buy a coin. You make another $600, take like $500 and go and take more position, because you're building for 2 years. We are not here to talk about people who want to do daily bread. You make $1,000, $1,400, you take 1,000, you go and buy a coin. You see, incrementally, you just keep entering, keep laddering in. That's how you create wealth, that's how you build wealth. And then by the time you know it, by the end of 2022, you probably you've showed yourself. And like I'd always tell people, this is not a place where we do daily bread. The reason we don't do daily bread here is that if you look for daily bread today, you look for daily bread tomorrow. You look for daily bread the next day. But why don't you craft a program that you compress and then you just, boom, go out of that space of struggle? That is what we're giving you with our Pro Arcade, our Moon Arcade, and every other product that we have. So the independent business ownership is actually designed to get you to make more money with which you can buy more coin. We have an amazing system, I must tell you, right? We have an amazing system that, for instance, I'd like to tell you about the team driver bonus. And this team driver bonus, whoever invited you here, for time's sake, I may not go deep down, but whoever invited you here, ask the person to explain this. If you take a look at this, the team driver bonus is designed such that in your first month, if you're able to get 4 persons, okay, that come in with $1,250 each. Of course, this is chicken feed, if you ask me, considering what we give, and this money can be made from 1 or 2 calls. All right. I mean, we are not giving guarantees. We're not financial advisors. This is purely for educational purposes. So don't take me on that. This is possible. It's a possibility. So we're showing you possibilities. We're not giving you guarantees, and we're being plain. Okay. If you make $1,450 in your first month, it means you have covered your initial money with which you invested in the community, and you have extra $200, all right, that you can put in any coin. So if anybody comes into your team and the target is simple, the goal is simple, achieve level 1. Level 1 means get 4 persons to come in with $1,250. That way you make $1,450 and you get extra $200 rather as profit, which you can invest. If that follows, we have done this, we've done the permutations back and forth, done the calculations, and the result is really amazing. That this will actually speed up this result that I shared with you here. All right, if you do this, it will simply speed up this result. So if you don't understand what the independent business ownership is about, simply get 2 friends to become your partners in our community, to understand that they can gain from this and recover whatever they've lost. And as long as they profit, as long as they are making progress, they will tell 2 other friends each. That means 4. That's where your work stops. Give the baton over to them. What's the target? What's the financial target? 33 million naira on an average in a month after building for 12 months. This is possible, all right? No guarantees, but this is possible, mathematically possible. That's what we have. And that is a beautiful system. Finally, not to talk about the incentives that we have. And just to let you know, we don't give care, changa, all this stuff that people, companies give here and there. Well, that's not what we give. All right, we actually do give. I want to tell you, this is what we actually give. By the time you become a chief executive, apart from other incentives you get a Mercedes-Benz, and we don't give all this stuff. All right, and then by the time you get to the next level, you get either a Mercedes-Benz Jeep or SUV or a Tesla Cybertruck. Or by the time you get to become a chairman, you get a $500,000 house anywhere in the world. I mean, it can be built for you anywhere in the world. Come on, see. The reason I don't talk about these incentives that much is because I feel that by the time you get to this point, you already have enough money to buy these incentives yourself. So it's not like you are tied down. And listen, we don't flush anything. So some companies will say you've done so and so, and if you don't qualify at so point, they flush the points out. We don't do any of that. Any money that any matching that happens and is remains, it's carried over to the next. There is nothing, completely no flush. And then there is, if you know how this works, there is no time limit to say if you don't hit this mark at this point, you lose whatever you have. We don't have all of that. It's a smooth sail. So I hope this makes sense to you. What are people saying? You see, Duncan here says, tonoit has given the small guy an unfair advantage in investing in Bitcoin. Steve here said they give you the confidence to be able to know what the crypto market is doing, know when to buy low and when to sell high. And then Floris Creel here said, after 1 week, I had the confidence to start trading. My initial capital grew by 50%, and I'm still in shock. What's going to be your testimony? All right, I think it's pretty much clear where we are and how you can take advantage of this opportunity. So we could take a few questions now so that we can call it a day. We wanted this to be just 1 hour, but unforeseen occurrences. We thank you for staying with us for this